ritual for people who think deeply.
Zen AM.
Hey man, you talking today.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Time for Zen AM. Start off with some breath work. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Zen AM. I'm your host, Nehemiah. We got Darian DTB Brooks, aka Luchando, in the building.
Lutando.
Oh, I've been saying it wrong. Lutando. You know, English is my third language. Even though that's not even English. Shout out to everybody. It is June 8th, Monday. We moving through this month, y'all. We moving through. Thank goodness, because so much things is happening in the world. The quicker it move, if you done started any new avenues, if you done started any new businesses, if you done started incorporating any new habits, that means that they just gonna come to fruition much quicker. So as long as you are vibing and allowing time to be your ally, it's great that it's moving this quick. It's great. But if you've been slacking, if you've been procrastinating, if you've been putting things off, then yes, you looking at the date like, dang, it's already June. I'm looking at the date like, I'm glad it's June. I can't wait. Let's keep this thing moving, man.
I'm having a little mixed emotions today.
You having some mixed emotions today? What's going? What you got? What's going on?
I wanted to go to the gym so bad this morning, but I understand. You know, you got to do things in migration. It's hard to like just cut cold turkey. Just being more disciplined with my time.
Yeah.
I was able to do one thing that I didn't say that I was going to do, and that was to meal prep. I did not get a chance to see the Marlon Wayans movie, and I did not have time to be out in nature, but I was able to be in solitude at the crib, work on a few things, and I don't know, just come up with a better master plan. You know, when
Absolutely.
I feel like we in third quarter now, so it's time to regroup at halftime and restructure some things. So I know I'll be able to bounce back. My whole thing is me wanting to work out in the morning times for strength training. So I was hyping myself up like I was going to do it today, and I did not do it. But we always have tomorrow. We always have the next day. So as long as I had good intentions, I feel like that's a first start for me. That's how I'm looking at it.
Absolutely. And looking at how much of a gap is there between where you are and where you're trying to get. Because sometimes the gap is too large for us to make it a real habit. Because the goal is really to make it a habit. If your goal is to get up and be at the gym at 5 a.m., but you currently get up at 9, that's too big of a gap.
Most definitely.
It's way too big of a gap. You're setting yourself up for failure. So, you know, if the goal is to be up earlier and start getting up and go into the gym at 5, then you got to start in increments, man. You got to start. If you getting up at 9, you got to start getting up at 8:30.
No, that's a fact.
You got to start getting up at 8. Then you got to start. You got to do it. They call it, what's it? The technique is like the power of the minute, right? Like if we're used to meditating, for instance, this is how, if you're trying to get up to 15 minutes, don't go 5, 10, 15, go 5. And then the next day or the next week, just move it up to 6 minutes. Then move it up to 7 minutes, because your body does not feel the difference in 1 minute. It'll feel a difference in 5, but it won't feel a difference in 1 minute. So, you know.
And that's the beauty of this show, because that's how you got us with breath work. Starting off slow, then we go 5 seconds more. We may go 3 seconds more. Then eventually we grown to that expectation. So I think, and shout out to Chuck, flip that thought. You just got to have that thought. That's the first step of thinking. You know, that wasn't a thought of mine a week ago of like, let's get back in the gym. Like, so let me start writing it out. Okay, let me write my schedule out. These are the
Yep.
days that I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning. And when I go to the gym, these are the things that I'm gonna work on. Then the next step is just going and showing
Absolutely.
up. So I just wanted to be honest and vulnerable with y'all this morning. So
Yeah. And it's important because a lot of us face that. You
most
know,
definitely.
I've been out the gym for a minute and
Mhm.
I've been having that same thought with myself too. I got to get back in shape. I want to get back in challenge shape. So the way I did it is I just started with 100 push-ups.
Mhm.
I'm not going to jump into the three a days like I was doing for the challenge.
Right.
I'm not there yet. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m., going to CrossFit, from CrossFit, doing a run, then working out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm not there. Let me start with 100 push-ups. I went and got me an e-bike.
That's good.
So that's going to open up the doors right there. And, you know, it's not about goals. It's about systems.
Yeah.
And it's about creating those right systems because we don't want to be people who just reach goals and then fall back off. We want to be people who create real change.
Most definitely.
Real change comes through systems.
Mhm.
So you don't want to just set the goal of I want to be at the gym at this time. You set the goal first of I want to be someone who is fit and active.
Right. So let's on this out first. I do go to the gym every day. I do play pickleball every day. This is doing 2-a-days.
Yeah.
I'm consistent going to the gym and playing pickleball and getting my cardio, but I want to be consistent in doing 2-a-days and strength training and combining that all into one. I feel like I got my consistency with going to the gym. I have my consistency with recovery. Now it's that next level. It's like, okay, let's do 2-a-days now.
So then what you do is you don't need to put the pressure of I got to do it at this time.
Mhm.
You start with just being able to get in the gym twice a day, regardless of what time it is.
Right. See, I like that. Now we talking.
You know, so
Yeah.
now it's like, shoot, I got some time when this is over. I'll go to the gym now.
Right.
And now you just get into the habit of being a person who do 2-a-days.
Right.
Now, after you get into the habit, the same way you done made pickleball a habit, now you could be and have a little bit more consistency to where you could say what time that is. Now it could be in the morning.
Right.
Now you're at the point where you feel weird if you don't hit the gym twice.
Right.
Now you could be like, I'm going in the morning time because that discipline is already there. So just start by being somebody who goes 2-a-day.
Right.
And it could be back to back.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be back to back. When I was doing my 3-a-days, it was the whole morning.
Mhm.
Straight from CrossFit, I went to the gym, then did my strength training. Straight from the gym, I would leave my stuff there and then I would do my run
Mhm.
and then run back. So it was like I was doing a boom, boom, boom. And then you could be like, all right, I'm at a point now because your schedule might call for you to have to do it at night.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We know how you might 10 a.m. might get picked up, and now our schedule is different, you know.
Right.
So it's all about just creating those systems. Your system is you want to be a 2-a-day person.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying, and then build up from there. And you know, a lot of times we put so much pressure on ourselves because we create these extreme goals that we just can't meet.
Mhm.
So in not meeting them, we then just stop pursuing them.
Right.
And we say, man, I can't do that. That's too hard. You know what I'm saying? That's too hard. But going to the gym twice a day is not hard if you start off and there's times when it's easier for you.
Mhm.
Oh.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to Numerology Nation. She says, I do my Pilates at home, and then we have some beautiful hiking, running trails, but I have been missing the gym. Something about working out with people who are also working out.
Iron sharpens iron.
Shout out to Anthony. He said, I heard the Chattahoochee River was polluted and all of the fish died from the rainfall.
First of all, who named it that?
I don't know. I'm guessing you know.
Did you hear anything about that?
Nah, I haven't.
Okay. Let's pull that
Chattahoochee.
up. Yeah. And I think that's a good topic, you know. is like on a good Monday reset, like what if this week everything started to change for us for the better? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would that look like in our lives? If everything this week started to change for us for the better, what would that look like? And everyone's version of that is different. But it's so easy for us to be in our mind and allowing our mind to be worst case scenario. What if we could start alternating that and it be best case scenario? And we start putting ourselves into the visualization of, well, what happens if things do work out for us? What does that look like? Right? What happens if we do have the strength to get to the gym 2 days a week? Like, what happens? Have we set in there and visualized it? You know what I mean? Like, what the outcome of that is? Like, what does that change in our life? Now we have more energy to do X, Y, and Z. Now we're potentially meeting a new group of people, because we all know at the gym, different time slots equal different people.
Yep.
So maybe that person that we're supposed to meet is in the gym at that time. So what does that look like? What does it look like if every single thing that we wanted came to fruition? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I'm going to start doing with my Mondays. Like, what if everything, not only what if, right? I expect it. I expect everything to go exactly how I say it's going to go. I expect everything that's on my whiteboard to get done. One of my 3. I expect everything that I'm asking the Most High for to come. I expect to feel good. I expect to eat right. Like, not only just, no, I expect it. I expect it the same way a woman who is pregnant, she expect that baby to come. It's not like she's hoping to be. No, that baby's coming. My due date is this week. That baby, whether it's Monday or Friday, that baby popping out this week. Okay. So she is already in the mode of expecting it. You know what I mean? And she says expectations lead to disappointments. I think that assumptions lead to disappointments, but expectations lead to us being the artists of our life. When we expect it, we stand in it. And when we pray to God as if it's already done, he don't want us praying to him in weakness. He wants us to pray to him as if it's already done.
Right.
So, our expectations, assumptions. And we have to expect that the Most High brought us here for a reason. He didn't bring us here to suffer. He didn't bring us here to not be the best versions of ourselves. That's what society has pushed on us. That's what the ego has pushed on us. That's what our conditioning has put on us. That's what our upbringing has pushed on us. That's what our parents pushed on us. That's what our teachers pushed on us. That's what all of these people pushed on us. But the Most High has an expectation of us. I sent you down with 2 talents. I expect you to multiply those talents.
Right.
He expects us to multiply those talents. He is walking in and is a firm believer. He says, if you have just the smallest faith, you can move a mountain into the ocean. To me, that sounds like an expectation.
Right.
That sounds like an expectation to me. So we got to stand in that firm. And I think that we allow doubt to cloud our minds often, because once again, just because it doesn't happen on our timeline doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
That's a fact. So, the crazy thing about it?
What?
I'm after listening to you, I feel like I'm too hard on myself, because I am making progressive steps to obtain that goal of going to the gym early in the morning. I reached out. I found the accountability partner, someone that's already doing it. We scheduled to start doing it next week. Just having the mindset of, okay, when I do go, what am I going to work on and things like that. So everything, like you saying, you got to do things in small stages to obtain that big goal. You can't just say, I want to do this and jump right there. There's small steps to lead up to that final destination. So I appreciate that talk. So yeah, I'm definitely in the right path. I'm moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. I mean, and you use the term finals, right? We're in the NBA finals.
Talk that talk.
You don't go from preseason to NBA finals.
Nope.
You know how many steps there are to get there?
Yeah.
Like the steps start in off season. The steps start when the last season ends.
Yeah.
That's when the steps start.
Yeah.
When you get onto that court and you watch yourself and you look at all of your shortcomings from the season before, even if you won, and you look at all the areas that you want to strengthen, you expect to be there again, or you expect to get to that finals. But there's a lot of stages. There's a whole lot of stages, and it may not go. You might get injured halfway through, but as long as you still stand, how many people been injured and still end up in a Super Bowl or end up in the finals or end up here? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the reason why we have to renew our mind daily, because that ego is a mofo. Mm-hmm. That ego is a mofo. That's the thing that's telling us, man, start tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Sleep in, man. You worked hard. Eat that cake. Start that, man. Start that, man. You ain't got to, man. You already play pickleball. You don't got to be doing 2-a-days. You won't hurt yourself. That's what it wants us to do. Right. It wants us to live in that vibration, but that's not the vibration that we're meant to live in. And that's the reason why every single day we wake up, I expect this week to go the way that I wanted to. I expect everything on my whiteboard to get done. I expect to hit all of my goals. I expect to feel good. I expect this. Because just because in one small moment, if we don't feel good, it doesn't mean that we aren't going to feel good after that.
Right.
That's just, if you watch your emotions, they go like this.
No, that's a fact.
They go like this, just like everything else. So that's what this week is for me, man. I'm moving in expectation this week. I'm moving in intentionality this week, right? Mm-hmm. You've been intentional. When we're not intentional, then that is how we're able to fall off and not meet our goals, not step into those new habits because we weren't intentional enough. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fact.
Let's see what Boom Man talking.
He said, I've been super intentional about moving as if things are already done. It's not easy because we want to tend to install fear and doubt into ourselves, but we are not designed to live that way.
No, we are not. We was talking about that. Wasn't we talking about that?
It's a fact.
Was it me, you, and Chuck talking about that? Where we was designed to have, what we say, a sound mind?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Sound mind. We wasn't given fear. We wasn't given disappointment. Mm. We wasn't given any of that. We was right. That's not of the Most High. That is of lower vibration. So when we vibrate in that way and our thoughts come across that way, we just got to remind ourselves, hold on, this ain't the way it's supposed to be. Gotta flip that thought.
That's a fact.
Gotta flip that thought. And that's when you start to really become in control of your life. That's when you really start to become the artist, man. We are creators. And we came here to paint beautiful pictures. Mm-hmm. And the canvas was empty. But as we start to become kids, other people start throwing their shit on our canvas. Mm-hmm. We have a dream and they say, we start painting. They say, that looks ugly. Boom. Now they smashing it. No, I like this. Boom. Put the tree over here. Put this over here. Now we got other people painting our picture for us. Mm-hmm. This ain't your picture. Go over to your canvas. Your canvas is over there. You didn't already. You so worried about my canvas. You haven't even painted on yours yet. Mm-hmm. Go paint on your canvas. If we all paint on our canvases, the picture would be way more beautiful.
That's a fact. I did look up the story, and Anthony is right. This is from the WSTV Atlanta. City opened an independent investigation at the thousands of dead fish found in the Chattahoochee River during a flash flood last month. Sewage overflowing into the river, causing the oxygen level in the water to drop.
So it was a sewage thing.
Yeah, it was a sewage thing. We had like a drought for like 3-4 weeks, and then it was that time when it rained for like 2 weeks. Actually, it's raining now, and we had a flash flood on the highway and everything because the sewage was full of debris. So
we've been having a little rain here too.
I love the rain, man.
I don't mind it, man.
I love it. I love
rain
it.
Down.
I love the rain.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Rain is peaceful, man. Rain is almost like sitting by the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, it's peaceful, it's romantic, it's resetting, it's grounding. There's a lot of things I do, and if you got a good view of it, man, like if you got the glass and then you could just watch it and you can watch the lightning storm and all that, you be up in there with the candle, with sweat on. I don't know why I keep sweat came into my mind.
So I will say this. I did not go see Scary Movie, but I am going to see it tomorrow.
Okay.
I will see it tomorrow. So if anybody's seen it, I guess we could talk about it tomorrow if you want to drop what you thought about it. It's greatly appreciated. But I have to go see it. Have to go see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it too at some point. I'm not in a rush. I feel like you're gonna be our movie correspondent on that one.
Yeah, I think that's my new duty.
Yeah,
because you know that Steven Spielberg come out on
Friday.
Woo! And I gotta go see it in IMAX. I only want to see movies in IMAX now.
You know they dropping the movie in film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's like 35 millimeter. That new what that boy name is? What the boy name is? The boy. What that boy is? It Matt Damon? Is that who it is? The Odyssey.
Let me see.
I think they trying to get the theater back. The theater was gone. I think it's called the Odyssey.
Uh-huh.
They dropping it in that 35 mil or something.
Yeah. All 6 viewing formats: IMAX, 35 millimeter, Dolby, PLF. You know that premium large format. Yeah, they 70 millimeter. They dropping it in all ways and sizes. When does that come out?
I think that's coming out probably like July or something. Is it?
Let me see.
Or is it this month? They trying to bring the theater back, y'all.
Yeah, they definitely trying to do that.
You trying to bring the theater back. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man. I feel like it's good to get out the house, you know. If we're not going to be traveling, it's good to get out the house. And movies bring families together. They bring families together. They bring connection. We so used to watching stuff on our phones, on Netflix, the streaming.
I can't even watch TV in my house no more because I'm watching my phone more than I'm watching the TV.
What you watch on your phone?
No, I'm just saying like doom scrolling. So it's like I watch something. Like yesterday, I tried to watch the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30, which was really good. And I think I was looking at something that popped up on my feed, and then eventually, before I know it, my eyes rolled back and I was out. So movies is like it's that solitude box where you keep you there, and the screen's so big. You have it, you know, your undivided attention. You're not really worried about the outside.
Yeah, and as you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
As you shouldn't be, because we so used to doing so many things at once now. Like brothers can't even. And I got back to doom scrolling. I was like, hold on, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm back in it, and I got to get out. Yeah. So that's going to be another thing this week. I'm actually going to be fasting. So I'm fasting from food, breaking fast around 5 or 6. Like I said, it's like getting that health kick going, but really resetting the system.
Yeah.
You know, resetting the system. I'm like, I'm getting my system in order in all ways, shapes, or form, because that's just what's been called to me, you know. Having that dream of not being ready for the challenge physically, to me, that was a sign to start getting back physically in shape.
Right.
You know, like just start being ready, start focusing on your health. I'm looking for a therapist this week. I'm really locking in, man. We talked about this. I was just really looking, and am I being fully optimizing my time
Mm-hmm.
and just being honest with myself and taking inventory? And I have not been. So so for me, I'm like, all right, time to reset and just get it right. Recognize it, don't judge it, and start making small steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where a lot of us are, man. We got this UFC White House card.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what your thoughts were on that.
You know, my brother, I talked to my brother this weekend, and he asked me about that. And you know, with so much going on in the world, I feel like it's too much for it to be at the White House. But looking back at it, at all of these sports events, bro, it's divided. You look at like everything that would happen in the past with ice, and the World Cup is still going in the United States. And now, game 3, the Knicks is playing in New York, and Trump is going to the stadium. It's like sports does have nothing to do with politics. So I'm rethinking. It's like, hey, if it's the best thing for the brand of the sport, by all means, I'm trying to look at it from a different lens and a different angle. But at first, I'm like, man, it's too much in the world going on for it to be happening like that. But it may bring some good. You know, it may bring some unity. You know, UFC is a multicultural sport. So that being done at the warehouse, the White House.
I mean, pretty much that's what it is.
I did not mean that. For it to be done at the White House, it may be some good in it, you know. And I'm learning not to look everything in a negative light, to say, okay, what else could be brought there? You know, maybe the White House will start having a stone picnic or something like that. So I'm learning not to just look at things in a negative light because negative things is going around.
Right. I like that perspective. Glass half full, right?
Yeah.
Glass half full perspective. I do have to correct you.
Thank you.
Sports and politics have always connected. So this isn't the first time that politics and sports connected.
At this level?
Well, I mean, bigger. I mean, when we look at the national anthem, that was pushed into football for politics. That wasn't that was a political thing when they started to make everyone do the national anthem before and stuff. So, this politics have always kind of been combined with sports in some way, shape, or form, because our politics are connected to big corporations.
Mm-hmm.
And big corporations run politics, and politics and politicians and these political parties and all, they're funded by big corporations. So it's bigger. It's always been connected. Can
you let me know who's on this card? Like, is there's American people on this card?
It's not just all Americans. Eli Topuria is fighting Justin Gaethje. That's going to be a firefight. Eli Topuria is out of Spain. You have Cyril Gane fighting Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is from Brazil. Cyril Gane is, I believe, from the UK or London. We got Sean O'Malley on this card. He's an American.
Okay.
But one of the few American champions was banned from the card. He's not even allowed to come to the event. So he's talking about protesting.
Why is he banned?
Because he said things about Israel.
Oh.
So Zen AM is a space for conversation, perspective, and growth. The ideas shared here for inspiration and entertainment. No professional advice. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your own judgment or consult a qualified professional when needed. Look this up. Look up Sean Strickland. Banned from the White House card, which is the craziest thing because he is one of the most American UFC fighters that you'll find. Like, he is very, very pro-American. And the fact that he spoke out against a foreign nation and is being banned from an American event, it has the community very, very torn. There are celebrities who were invited, who turned it down, who aren't showing up based off of the climate of everything. Celebrities who were always at the fights, people like Mario Lopez and stuff, he turned it down. So I think that people are seeing this for really what it is, and it is a political thing. Another backlash that is happening is that Trump is a huge UFC fan. Huge. Yeah. He shows up to a lot of the fights. He has been for such a long time. Loves fights. And this also falls on his birthday. So
it's more to it. It's more to it. It's more to it. He like, I'm tired of going out. Y'all come to me. Put it in the backyard. Birthday.
But it's the 250th anniversary of America. But at what point have we ever 200, like, when is a 50th? 250? It's like the birthday and banning a fighter for discussing a foreign nation. It's getting a lot of backlash. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me see what that is.
So basically, I guess he made a tweet. He said, "I made fun of Israel Epstein, the only male American champ banned at the White House."
Pull up his apology. Let me see. If you can. And we'll play that joint. But a lot of people are a little nervous because our freedom of speech is being slowly taken away from us.
You say that one more time?
Our freedom of speech is slowly being taken away from us.
Oh yeah, I think that's been gone, bro.
And it's just being shown to us. And someone made up a good point. Like, we are a nation who should be able to criticize our own, government and our own nation. And when did we start getting penalized for criticizing a foreign nation? What sense does that make? Not a lot. not a lot of sense. This was his apology.
I got the call. I got the call. The UFC higher ups called me, big names. They said, "Sean, I gotta apologize, but you're not Israeli enough to go to UFC 250 Israel edition. The White House didn't clear you. I would like to just apologize to Israel. I'd like to say I'm sorry, I'd like to apologize to Trump, and I just want to prove that I'm Israeli enough for you guys. Like, for instance, whenever the list disappeared and Trump goes out there and says to everybody that he can't really go into it because people that by association will get prosecuted and their names will be tarnished. I want to apologize because, I don't want them to be prosecuted. Or, when Trump goes and bombs the fuck out of Iran that no Americans agree with, it costs Americans $5,000 to $15,000 to go fight Israel's war. I want to apologize. Guys, I'm not surprised, but I got the call. I got the call to apologize. And I want to repent. Apparently I'm not American enough to go to Freedom 250, but I still got my ticket. So maybe we'll just go. I'll bring the bell and we'll just stand outside the gate and we'll just let them know what we really think about Trump and Israel, to apologize.
Wow. Wow. They trying to silence him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like your own country is just trying to silence you for what you stand on and what you believe in.
Especially the UFC, who has openly talked about not punishing any of their fighters for freedom of speech.
Yeah.
They
But see,
were huge on that. Dana White was huge on, I'm not gonna, I don't punish people for freedom of speech.
it's different though. They ain't at a UFC stadium. They at the White House, so you got to play by their rules.
And I think that we are truly seeing second term Trump is different than first term Trump. Like they two different Trumps.
Oh,
They are two different Trumps. They are two different Trumps, right?
Yeah.
First term Trump is this version of Trump is much different. And this version of Trump, the first version of Trump had the political parties divided, right? Democrat and Republican. This version of Trump got everybody divided, Republican and this, and like this has everybody divided to where people don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
And the reason, in my opinion, allegedly, that this is going on is just because they don't want us to know that we have a common interest.
Mhm.
All of us people have a very common interest when it comes to the way that the world is run, the way that America is run. And the more that we bicker amongst each other, the less we will see the common interest that we actually have.
Right.
So this version of Trump is definitely much different. And he just stormed off of an interview. What was that, yesterday? Day before yesterday? Stormed off an interview talking about the votes. And I think there's something happening in California with the voting right now. I think California, did they go back to like allowing mail-in ballots or something is going on right now where the voting is taking longer than it typically does, and they're upset about it.
Mhm.
They're really upset. And I think the front runner for who they want to push is the Spencer Pratt gentleman. And he's been campaigning, trying to really become the new face of California. And who's he? He's trying to take Bass's spot, or Bass. Is it Carolyn Bass that he's going against? And then another woman. And now that these mail-in ballots and all of that are coming through, he fell in position. I think he's like down third out of the two.
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Spencer Pratt versus Karen Bass.
Yeah. So he's, Trump is going, the voting fraud, it would have never happened. We won by a landslide. The voting fraud is absolute. It's worse than a third world country. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. We are worse than the third world country because there are third world countries who have better medical, better road systems, better public transportation, better everything. You're absolutely right. America for a minute has really been like a third world country.
Mm-hmm.
America has eradicated the middle class in so many places. That was the thing. Us being a democracy, which we are seeing that isn't true. And us having a middle class is what made America amazing. And when you get rid of both of those, what's the difference between us and the third world country now? Besides the illusion of a democracy. So we're seeing that. And, they're absolutely right. If in America, if you cannot speak out on a foreign nation, like as the little YN say, yo, what is we really doing? What is we really talking about?
Right.
Like, what is we really talking about here?
Yeah. I think you're free to speak up. It's just that when it comes time to be in those big meetings or doing these big events, they're gonna cut you short and dry.
Right.
Shout out to Boo Man. He says, I believe that everything has happened with all of the politics has already been written, and we just have to watch it play out in real time. Nothing surprises me.
Right. Right.
Shout out to Numerology Nation. She says, this is America. Everything is a production. North Korea has photos of produce in their grocery stores. The U.S. has Hollywood. We know how to make a way. Better props. Our food is fake. Because now he's being blackmailed.
Yeah. I think that became clear to a lot of the top mega supporters, right?
Yeah.
That's what pushed Tucker Carlson away. What is it? Is it Tucker? Is it Carlson Tucker? I always get the name mixed up. Is it Tucker Carlson? It's Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Candace Owens, all of these people who were right wing and opened up their eyes to see that, allegedly America is run by Israel. Allegedly America is run by Bibi Netanyahu. And that's where the blackmail is coming from, allegedly. And we're, when we take a look at everything that's happening, a lot of this is clear as day, right, to people nowadays. And that's the reason why this version of Trump has everybody divided, not just blue and red. It's red and red divided, and the mega party split, because people still want to make America great again, as they say, but they just don't feel like he is who he said he was, or is going to do what he said he was going to do. And I think one of the biggest things that happened in that interview was he denied saying that there wasn't going to be any new wars, during his campaign. And the Ukraine war would have never happened had I been president. I have a great relationship with Putin. Well, we have been a little bit at war. Ukraine war hasn't stopped, and we did bomb some other places, and we currently are fighting a war right now in Iran. So I think for the first time, people are getting a glimpse into what politics really is.
Yeah. I think all of this stuff is whack, man. Just like listening to it, all of this stuff is whack because it's not bringing no unity. It's keeping us away from our true form or connecting with our higher self or God.
Right.
All of this stuff is whack, man. If it's not creating any unity, I don't want to be a part of it, bro. Like, I'm only trying to go towards things that's gonna bring us together. And all this divide stuff it's getting played out now, man. We've been doing this for what, over 50, 60 years?
250. Like, this is the 250 American.
250 years. Like we gotta start going to things that's gonna bring us together, because all of this stuff is just making things cloudy, weird, and creating that divide that they always want.
Yeah, because America, our war and our military is so strong that no foreign nation can come over here and destroy us, right? Like, it has to be destroyed from within. And this has always been the tactic, right? Jay-Z, Jay-Z knows. He says no civilization can be divided until it will be conquered from within.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we look at these tactics have not changed. This is COINTELPRO. You know what COINTELPRO is?
Nah.
COINTELPRO is how they got the Black Panther Party. That's how they divided the Black Panther Party. COINTELPRO, putting blacks inside of the party, right? They're not gonna try to come from without. They're gonna insert them
with that.
They're going to insert them.
Right.
And it's just a bigger glimpse into how the true enemy works. And the true enemy is Trump. The true enemy is not Bibi Netanyahu. The true enemy is the ego, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call it. That's the true. And everything that we see is just a microcosm of what is our world, right? We cannot be destroyed from without. We can only be destroyed from within. And that's the war. The war is on the mind. The war is not on the body. The war is on the mind at all times.
Right.
So when we see this COINTELPRO, all of this stuff, that is just a glimpse of how the enemy works. It's a seed that's planted within the mind. So that's what we have to work on. We have to work on strengthening our mind and not allowing the enemy to invade. So all of these things that we see, this is just showing us, because our body is a representation of the universe. Like, look at the eye, look at the pupil, like, look at the planet. The planet is mostly water, just like our body is mostly water. You know what I mean? So these things are just a microcosm of the personal war that we all face every single day.
Yeah, I just want to move towards unity, and I'm probably never going to see it, but shout out to Boo Man. He said we just living in La La Land, bro, and it really feel like that. Just every day, it's just nothing that's bringing anything closer. One thing I respect that you're doing is community service, and I feel like that is when, you know, everyone is on one mission to do better in the world. And I need to stop talking and actually apply that. So I want to try to I want to do some community service, because I feel like that's where unity lives. You know, that's where true love lives. It's like when you're not putting yourself above the mission. And I feel like that's what's going on now. Like politics, people are just, I just seen something about one of our governors. They sold beachfront or oceanfront or lakefront land to these higher companies, and now they have government contracts, so now they've been investigated. Like, people just doing things for public gain. And I feel, and I understand you got to protect yourself, but man, look out for the person next to you if you can.
Do you know what Hollywood is? Like, look up the Hollywood plant. The Hollywood tree. Is it the thing is like the Hollywood tree? Like, look it up. Tell me what you see.
The term Hollywood tree is usually referred to the Hollywood juniper, the drought-tolerant evergreen. Conifer is famous for its dramatic twisted branches and spiraling sculptures growth pattern. Let me take a look at the picture. I never known that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can send you a link of the picture.
Yeah. So it's like that is always been the goal of it, is this earth. The reason why when the Most High came, he did not battle the Romans, right? He did not come to free the people from their physical salvation. He came to free them from their internal salvation. He came to free them not from these outside sources, but free them from themselves.
Right.
Most I came to free them from themselves. So to me, that speaks volumes. If the Creator came down here, why didn't he change the things in the physical?
Yeah.
Why didn't he? He had the power to, but why didn't he? Because he's teaching us that that's not where the kingdom is. The kingdom is not without, the kingdom is within. So all of these things they're by design, in my opinion. They're by design. So when we're thinking about how the world should be, we put our own perspective on it. And isn't that how Judas was too? Wasn't that why Judas was getting mad, and ended up betraying Jesus? Because he felt like Jesus was supposed to be doing a different type of mission.
Mhm.
And isn't that why the Jews didn't believe that he was the real Messiah?
Mhm.
Because he did not free them from the external captivity. And I think that that's really what it is now, is we don't need freedom from the external captivity. We're still in an internal captivity and a mental captivity. And that's the freedom that we need to be seeking. And that's the freedom that we need to be working towards. And all of the things outside of us are just meant to distract us from that.
No, that's a fact. I mean, you would think if it's, and not to go back to the UFC, but if it's the 250th anniversary and it's freedom, it's like make some type of change. Make some type of change.
Mm-hmm.
Show that, okay, we do have differences, but how can we come together?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once we start doing that, we'll be in a better place.
Because but that we already have that freedom is our choice. That's what free will is, right? That's what free will is. We have the choice. If we came down here and the Trumps of the world didn't exist, the YNs of the world didn't exist, all of these things didn't exist, then there would be no decision making. If we came down here and everything was just all good, then that is the decision. But there has to be a decision between this and that for us to have the free will to step into a decision and for us to choose. But if there's only one choice, then it's not a choice. It's just a way of being. So I think that this stuff, this is part of our free will. Do we go ahead?
So my question is, the Sean Strickland, was it the fight that he was going to fight? Was that going to be like a top fight?
No, he just won.
He's
won? The champion.
So
he's a champion right now. He just won. He just won the middleweight championship. So he's a UFC champion right now.
And he got shunned out. So basically, could we say that Dana is selling out just to host the event at the White House? And I don't mean to put things like that out, but it's like, if you're going to stand for something, stand for something. Because these guys is putting their life on the line and building your brand and your corporation, regardless if it's at the White House or you in Mars. It's like, these people are helping you day in and day out. We need that backbone and support. If that's how he feel, and it's not being disrespectful in any way, he's expressing himself, just say, all right, look, it's either he on the card or we ain't rocking. Because somebody need to make a stand and say, if we're gonna live by the United States stigma of we're free and we have free will and we have freedom of speech, allow this person to still fight.
I think that Dana White is playing the role of the same role, like the role of I got friends who are slave owners, but I don't own slaves and ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
They're good guys to me. And, it's unfortunate what they're doing, but I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to stand in. I'm not going to give it an opinion. When we talk, they're generous to me. They're nice to my family. That's the role that he's playing and has been. And like Boolman says, any business at that magnitude, has to be compromised. You don't get to that level. And, Charlemagne the God questioned him about this. I don't know if you saw when Dana White was on The Breakfast Club. Yeah, he was asking him the same exact question.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but it's a solution to that. It's like, okay, bro, they're not going to let you at the White House. But what we're going to do is we're going to put your fight in at Vegas at our name, and we're going to broadcast it. Like, still find a better solution to still, like, this guy is a champion. And because of what he stand on and what he believe, you're going to strip that away from him, his family, and his fans. I feel like that's a smack in the face.
Well, another fighter, Bryce Mitchell, came out a while ago and was speaking about Hitler and was in a sense saying that he didn't feel like we had the whole picture of Hitler and that he did do some good, right? So everyone went in an uproar. They were asking Dana if he was going to cut him, all of that. And Dana was like, I believe in freedom of speech at the purest form. And this, you know, like this was his take.
Right.
And now we see. I don't know. I don't think so.
Shout out to Boomer. He said, let's be clear. Zen AM became $1 billion business. You guys have to make a decision. You have to pick a side.
That's an easy pick.
Yeah.
That's the easy decision.
Yeah.
That's a very easy decision.
Yeah.
Do you want the good church girl or do you want the slutty girl who might got an STD? Easy for me. Easy.
Yeah. No, really. Like I'll go on record and I'm glad this is recorded somehow. If and when that happens, bro, I'm turning it down. I don't care if it's enough money to change generations in my family life. Because the moment you say yes to that, bro, you say yes to anything. And that's where we are right now. People are doing, I be looking on social media, people be doing the wildest things based off of the check.
Absolutely not, Boo Man. I don't care how much money you dangle in front of me. I do not care how much money you dangle in front of me and where my debt level is at the time and how desperate I am at the time and all of that is literally like when the Most High was tested after his 40 days and 40 night fast. And he was starving and he was at his lowest. And the devil came and tempted him and said, if you are who you say you are, turn this rock into bread. And his response was, a man shall not eat off of bread alone, but from the word of. So for me, bread alone is not enough. Bread alone is not enough. Money is not enough for me to change my values or change my point of view.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think that's one of the reasons why I respect Dave Chappelle.
Absolutely.
Because that whole situation, he ran from it. And you know where he went? He went to Africa. So I pray that happens to me because too. I know where I'm going. I got to touch the soil again. And then look at him. He came back in the light, low key, still doing what he loves to do. And he's not commercialized. He's doing it by his way and his rules.
That's it. And you want to talk about a mental and physical prison? Take that money from them. You will never be a free man. You will never be a free man. $100,000 of you being independent equals more freedom than $1 billion with you being in somebody's pocket.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, once you take that deal, they slime you out. And I don't mean to bring up people's business, but I was watching the Dame Dash interview and he was basically saying that he thinks Jay-Z and Kevin Hart is going broke. And I didn't know that, you know, a lot of these artists are selling their name and their likeness. Kevin Hart had the vegan fast food restaurant that fell short. And I guess he sold his name or his likeness. But to be that whole roast on Netflix, to be like, they like dog you out in the craziest way. And I understand it's comedy, but bro, that's not cool, man. Yeah, that's not cool. But that's just my perspective. I could be wrong. Maybe that's something that they like to do. So I just feel like when you sell out, they will humiliate you in the craziest form.
Absolutely. And we've seen it throughout history. And that's part of it's rituals, right? Those are all rituals. And one of the rituals that they do before you even get to be able to get to the level to even be at the next level, like Kevin Hart is at the extra next level, but they make you wear a dress. They put you in a dress, put you in full makeup, And that's one of the first humiliation rituals. Like
Mhm.
that's one of the first ones, early stages. And when we look at the brother Kevin Hart, he just fired. What was it like? He let go almost half of his production company. Did you know that?
Mhm. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he let a lot of people go. Maybe even close to Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
Heartbeat Productions. Um,
Mm. Yeah. Kevin Hart Media Company reportedly under fire amid layoffs and chaos behind the scenes.
mhm.
What it says, according to the Bloomberg, which was once reported valued at around 650 million, has shivered over the past few years. I just think, I don't know. It's that God syndrome that they feed us with. It's like, we gonna give you this money, we gonna give you all the yes men's in the world, and then it's just like, I don't feel like it's supposed to be that. I don't feel like it's supposed to be that, and it forces you to sink or swim, and a lot of people are drowning right now.
Yeah,
And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that.
one of the best things that we could have learned, especially growing up, is to learn how to live on the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Because I look at $1 million like it ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot for someone like me, for someone like you. It's a lot of money because we've learned to live with way less.
It's not though.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not, but it is, right? It's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things of being able to earn, right? Being able to obtain. But in the scheme of things of how different your life can look, it can look very different, right? Like, for instance, my cost of living, I've been able to get it down tremendously. If you're able to get your cost of living down to $100,000, right? If you're able to get your cost and your family down to $100,000 a year, and you make $1 million, you take home, right? Take home. You are now with a surplus of $900,000, right? It takes about $3 million to be able to retire comfortably. At $3 million, you can retire and still generate $100,000 a year. Okay. Mm-hmm. So because you're going to be living off the interest, you're going to be living off the compound interest. 6 to 8% return on 3 million is about 6 figures. So if you look at that, that takes you got 900,000 surplus. That takes you about 4 years to be able to get the retirement goal for you and your family, right? Mm-hmm. If you work it for 10 years, that is an extra 6 years of you gaining an additional $900,000, right? So now, let's say you got 2 kids, okay? That's 6 more years. 3 years you can put to their retirement. That's 3 years. Another 3 years you could put towards your wife's retirement. Now y'all are sitting at the retirement for you and all of your family in a 10-year span to where none of y'all ever have to be caught up in the rat race. That's life-changing money. It's not a lot of money because if you make $1 million, it won't put a dent in the economy. The world will not even notice if you make $1 million. But if you're smart with your money, that $1 million can go very far. That $1 million, if in 3 years you're able to take care of you and your family, think about the people now that you can help in the next 6 years. If your family is straight on 3 years and you're able to flip that, and think about how many families you can help, right? You go to places like Sri Lanka, you go to places like Africa, you go to places all South America, with all of our brothers and sisters out there, Brazil, Guatemala, Cuba, Costa Rica, all of these places where people live on way less than that. You can feed and help hundreds of thousands of people with $1 million salary. That is life changing. It's not even a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but life changing because you can change your family's life and you can change other people's lives.
You know that you right about that. The best things in life is free.
Yep.
Love is free. Water is free. Planting and gardening is free. Those are the true riches.
Community.
Community is free. Bonding is free.
Laughter.
Those are the laughter is free. $1 million is not going. I never heard, or not to my knowledge, known that $1 million can get someone into heaven. But if you love people, if you love people, that'll get you into heaven. If you respect people, if you live by, the laws of the land and respect others, that will get you into heaven. So it's like, as we was talking about the show earlier, it's like the main goal is to get to the finals, the championship.
Yep.
We worried about this small little portion between the day that we was born and the day that we die, but we got eternal life after that. None of this stuff that we worried about here is going to matter when we go up there. And that's what I'm really trying to get my mind to. It's like, yo, I have peace. I'm a billionaire, because it's people with millions that don't have peace in their home.
Living in debt.
Right. And you can and that's the thing. You can live in debt, but the United States is in debt.
Yeah. Check
out Debt Marker. The money that we talking about
Absolutely.
is based off of a debt token. It's not even backed by gold anymore.
Absolutely.
So it's like, once we get back to that, I feel like things will be better. And that's why I love when I go to Costa Rica, or I love when I go to Africa, because they not even, well, no, everybody is controlled by, if you're in government, it's controlled by money. But when you go there, it's all about peace, love, and unity.
Yeah. And you're right. I think you hit it. The best things in life are free.
Best things in life are free.
The best things. So that's why, to me, $1 million is a lot of money. That's why it's a lot of money, because I'm not searching for those kind of riches. If my company does 20 million, that's dope. I'll never spend 20 million in my lifetime.
Right.
I'll never spend 20 million in my lifetime.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have $20 million at the bank, or change 20 million people's lives, or push their lives into a
push
better
20
direction?
million lives?
We rich.
Push 20 million lives. If I can't spend 20 million in my lifetime, then why would I not help people? Right? Like, what sense does that makes zero sense, that I would prefer to hoard this currency that means nothing, that doesn't get me anywhere, that doesn't help anybody. It makes zero sense to me and where my life is going. To other people, of course, to each his own. But the direction that I'm going is much different. Before last year, my answer would have probably been different. Absolutely. Before last year, I'm like, man, give me that 20 mil. I help a few people.
Right.
I help some people. I help my family. I probably wouldn't have been worried about helping anybody outside of my immediate family. But now I'm looking at things much differently. So I would say I'd rather help people.
And to be honest, bro, like, I hate the way money tries to dictate my life. And it's like, man, I'd rather give 20 million people knowledge and pushing them back to loving one another. Because you can give somebody, hey, I need $600 for this bill. You're not helping them out. Yeah, they may get that bill paid, but it's not pushing them towards love or helping the next person out. People will really F you over money. And it don't get you nowhere with the same position.
Right.
But
sometimes worse.
Sometimes you
get money and it puts you in a worse situation because you didn't changed You didn't change your whole lifestyle to match the money that you're making now, and then you're no longer making that money. And now you gotta downsize
Yeah.
because you upsize way too quick.
Yeah.
And if you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's the one thing that they teach in there is that's what the middle class would do. The middle class thinks money is to maintain a lifestyle, keep up with the Jones. But what they teach is that money is meant to make you more money. So a lot of times we get that raise at work, and now we go get that new job, or we go get that new car, or we go buy these things, and now our cost of living have just went up because now it has to match our income. But if you want real freedom and real financial freedom, to me, which is being able to be free of your time, you increase your income and you lower your cost of living. That's what you do.
You know the crazy thing? Money goes so fast, right? And it's only temporary. But love is eternal. If I love you, it ain't nothing nobody could do or say to make me not stop loving you. But if I give you money, that money will go just like that.
Yeah.
We valuing two different. Our values is completely off. And
Especially
that's the way that I'm trying to live. That's the way I'm trying to go this go around. I've been here before, so I'm trying to get it right this time.
Yeah. Because this time I don't want to come back.
I don't want to come back, man.
I don't want to come back.
I don't want to come back.
It's my last run.
I don't want to come back.
It's my last run. If I make it to the Most High, it's like, hey, you want to come back? Nope.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was fun. But I'm cool. I'm gonna kick it up here with y'all.
And that's the thing, right? That's why I love the games like Mario and Sonic, because there's a beginning and there's an end. If you don't make it to the end, you got to start back over from the checkpoint.
Yeah.
This is just a checkpoint. Make sure that we getting these checkpoints right, because if not, you got to do this all over again. And I do not want to do this all over again.
Can you imagine who the president beat in?
Oh man,
We'd be in the dictatorship. Which we almost are anyway. So you absolutely right, man. Yeah, I'm ready to. I'm chilling up there. I'm not coming back down. I'll help from up there.
Yeah.
I'll help from up there. I'll jump in people's dreams.
Yeah.
I'll be a prayer warrior. I'm fighting the war from this side now. I don't need to be. I don't need to be down there.
You want me to answer that first?
Go ahead.
Would I ever be president? No. I want to be a servant to the land. And if a president isn't a servant to the land, then I don't want to be that. I feel like a president is put on a pedestal where he's looked up upon. And I feel like we should only look up to one person.
Yeah.
I want to be with the people. I want to be in the crowd. So if I can't be that, then I don't want that title or that role.
Yeah. We in the same boat. Nope. I have zero want to be a president. Zero want. I don't think that's the person who really makes change.
Yeah.
The change that I'm looking to make in the world has nothing to do with has nothing to do with presidency. Like you can make a bigger change if I had to choose between having a presidency and a mega church, I'm choosing a mega church. I'll go with a mega church. Absolutely. Way more influence, way more freedom.
Yeah.
Based under the same, you go up and preach the same thing every Sunday.
Right.
You're preaching the same message every Sunday. When you're the president, there's too many people, too many hands in the pot. I don't want any type of foreign I don't want any type of foreign influence on any decision I got to make. This is my church. I do what I want. President of the United States is not your country. You don't just do what you want. This president is trying to, allegedly, but I'd rather have a mega church. I'd rather be a Joel Osteen or something. I'd rather be on that level than the president.
I just think that right now in the United States, controlling is at an all-time high, and everybody is controlled by something. If it's money, if it's politics, if it's putting you in a bad situation. And I don't want to be controlled, man. I don't. And that's what I'm just trying to do, is just get out and just live a peaceful life while I'm here, and help and show people the love that I have inside and keep it moving.
Yeah. That job seems stressful. Every president, whoever leaves the presidency, always look like 30 years older.
Yeah.
I'm straight. I'd rather just work on Sundays, man.
Because they it's too much to bear for one person.
Yeah.
Yo, they be up 4 o'clock in the morning dictating on how our lives is gonna live.
Every day.
Some people don't have food in their house right now, but gas prices is up, and you gotta decide what you gotta, if you're gonna get gas or pay for food.
Right.
But president, I don't want to have that type of, if I can't provide solutions, I don't want to be a part of it.
Nah. So president, absolutely not. That's the last job that I want. And it's a job.
Yeah.
It literally is a job. That's the last job I want.
Yeah.
You can't, and you gotta live there, man.
Yeah.
Hell no. I'm straight. And then you're gonna have to live in the new decorations of what Trump made it. That shit ugly.
Yeah.
I want my shit to look like I got a bohemian chic style to me. You know what I'm saying?
But no disrespect. Like, why would I live in Washington, D.C.?
Right.
There's no beaches, no nature. It's chaotic. It's chaotic. I don't want to be. And it's so many spirits walking around there, but for me,
yeah,
I would have to sage the whole crib. Somebody really had to go and detox. I had the pastors coming. I had preachers. I have everybody that's into energy cleaning out that whole spot before I step foot in it.
Can you imagine if they sent the ghost hunters in there?
They had all of that. I want
that episode. I want to see that episode. Let's get the ghost hunters in the White House. Because ain't no telling how many people might have got murked, like stepped in the meetings, never stepped out.
Yeah,
man. If these walls could talk, man, I'm telling you, man, that they probably got some. And a lot of time, man, it's just a stage. And yeah, that presidency, I'm still trying to live abroad.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's still my goal. Is to live abroad, be out in Bali somewhere. I did go to Vietnam. I got to check out some other places in Asia, but Asia didn't fully do it for me. But I want to check out the Philippines. I want to check out, a few spots, but I'm still leaning towards that, spending half my time in the country and half my time out.
Right.
That just feels so relaxing, like doing Zen AM, and I'm in a canopy and still able to get the message across to the world. And then I'm like, yeah, today, y'all, when I get done here, I'm about to go surfing, I'm about to go scuba diving. So I'll be able to get a message, get a word, and then be able just to be in nature. And it's not weird. I want to go hang out with some elephants. You know what I mean? Like that seems way more fulfilling to me than being here in America, be on a scooter, 25 cents for gas for the week, paying 25 cents for gas. We make 30 million a year. My cost of living is $15,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the wave that I'm on right now. Colombia, anywhere, Costa Rica, anywhere right now. Portugal, I'm down with anywhere right now. Because I love the idea of, Lenny Kravitz is doing it. You seen Lenny Kravitz's cribs? He got a crib everywhere.
Yeah.
In his villa out in Brazil, when he rolled up on the horse.
No, I ain't seen that.
Bruh.
I did see what I think I seen his LA home and stuff like that. And it looks peaceful, man. I want to be able to go outside and pick my fruit. Nowadays, like we just talked about last week, man, they span these strawberries with cancers, pesticides. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm moving to Amsterdam. It's always been. It sounds different when I put the. I can actually hear you now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Had the earmuffs over.
You ain't got no passport yet, numerology?
You gotta get that.
Which you ain't got no passport yet? What you waiting on? That's 100. You can have that thing in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They make getting a passport easy nowadays. You could take the picture in your crib.
Yeah.
I think. I know you can renew it online. Yeah, that's what we need to do. How many of y'all in the comments don't have a passport? See, that's what we need to be using our Patreon for, right? Like we do certain episodes where we help people do certain things. Like we're going to do a whole episode with a walkthrough on how to get your passport.
Yeah.
Because I was looking and I was like, I didn't even realize, man, I didn't even realize I went through 3 passports already. I didn't even realize. I was like, what? Why is that date? I know I didn't have a gap. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, snap. It's the 3rd one that I had. Have you seen the new passports?
Which ones?
The new ones, they look crazy. They look mad different.
I think I got it.
Big old font.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they look mad different.
Yeah.
You a starving artist? Yeah. Go on OnlyFans and sell some feet pictures.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. What?
You don't want her to go back to that.
Go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where if it's a goal, just like I remember getting my first car. Piggy laughing. I remember getting my first car. And yeah, put $25 up a month towards it. Right? Like you'll have it. You may not, like we talked about, it may not come right now, but if you just take small strides, you'll look up because the passport is what, like 120?
Yeah.
How much is it to get like 120? Yeah, it's 120. If you drink Starbucks, if you do any of that, if you resist from Starbucks or you resist buying weed for the month or something, you got yourself a passport.
130.
130.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
165.
Did you know that numerology? That it's 165. And then once you get it, there's a lot of places that you can go and you could just work on farms and stuff and they let you stay for free. So there's a lot of places now, especially with Americans, you could teach English and all that, where you can exchange stay for work.
Service for service.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of options now. And then a lot of places are allowing us to have extended stays because typically most places you can't stay for more than 90 days in a 9-month period.
Yeah.
You can't, but there's a lot of places that allow us to extend it as Americans.
I seen a video of some guy yelling at some one of the, I guess, local authorities because they was in Thailand for too long and they didn't have a visa. So they was like, yeah, they telling me I gotta go back home because I don't have a visa. What visa do I need? It's like, you need a student visa, sir. How do I get that? I'm like, man, you got to do better, my guy.
You got to, man. And then there's hacks. Go to a different country.
Yeah.
If you don't want to come back to America, go to Portugal. Go to Europe, then go to South America, and then come back.
That's what Kanye do.
Yeah. Oh, he do?
Kanye spends a lot of time in Japan.
Yeah.
But instead of renewing his visa, he just go back for LA for 2 weeks, and then he'll go back. You
can't just do 2 weeks. It has to be because they don't allow people to do that. It has to be within a 9-month span. So basically, yeah. I don't know about Japan, but yeah, because then you could just fly back and stay home. But it has to be that's how they get people, because you could easily just take a 2-week vacation. Right. They ain't playing no games. Yes, it's 90 days within 30, 60, 90, 120 day. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. What is it?
Oh yeah. Yep, you're right. 90 days.
Yeah, and that you gotta, even if you spread it out, like it's still 90 days. So, but if you hop over to a different country, but there's countries like Portugal, a lot of European countries right now where they're giving expat visas. You heard of the expat visa?
No.
Yeah, look that up. Expat visa is wild because so many people are working remote now. So they're making it easy to get these expat visas where year, 2 years, you could easily come get an expat visa, prove that you have income, and now you could stay longer than just 90 days.
Wow, I need to look
You s-
into that.
Look that up real quick for all of our little traveling motor scooters who out here getting. I want to inspire y'all.
Let me see.
It's EXPAT, expat. And numerology said, "You're right. I'm just making excuses, so I can't leave the country. I'll take some boats and trains." Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're afraid to fly. That's right.
Oh,
That's what it is.
we talked about that fear earlier.
Yeah.
Yep, an expat is a visa broad term for any legalized authorization granted by a foreign government that allows an individual to live and often work in their country for an extended period of time. There's no single expat visa. The right document depends on the employment status, savings, and destinations.
So they're gonna look to make sure that you got enough money for 3 months of living there. That's gonna be one of the caveats. You're not just coming there to live off of their economy. So so I think for places like Portugal or Germany, you need like 9,000. I think is kind of what they're looking at inside your bank account.
Mhm.
So you got to have 3 months, and then like I think Portugal even offers the retirement visa. Like I think you could retire these in some of these places. You just got to have like, so they making it real easy. Look up what countries do the expat visas, because there's a few countries. I think Amsterdam might have even opened it up. Netherlands, which it would be
Portugal, Spain, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, and Greece.
Yep, all fire. So
All 5 places.
Portugal. You said Portugal.
Yep,
Mhm.
Spain,
Mexico,
Costa Rica, Panama, and Greece.
Damn, I've been to Panama. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Portugal. Very fortunate.
Yeah.
Very, very fortunate to be able to have been there and touch the soil in those places, man. All right, y'all. We getting to that time. We getting to that time. We appreciate y'all. Great show today. We appreciate y'all opening up and speaking. We never know where we're gonna go a lot of times in the morning. Whenever we start, we don't even talk. So we appreciate y'all coming through. And we will be here Wednesday. Friday, we may not. Friday, I got a meeting early in the morning. So I'm putting it out there right now. I got a meeting at 8 on Friday. So we may either have to do Zen PM or we may just have to have a Thursday show or something. But we'll give y'all more insight on Wednesday. So we'll be here Wednesday, 7 a.m., same time. So I love.
Deuces.